I talked a little bit about how the market is doing well, and real estate has really made a phenomenal recovery in here. And I think we are not done. We have a long way to go. Real estate prices are going to continue to go up, I think, rather significantly, especially here. I always refer to San Diego County as that place that's a little bit south of Southern California. And if you take the way we look on a map, we've got the ocean on the west, international border on the south, we've got the desert on the east, and to the north we have this wonderful 17-mile expanse up there called Camp Pendleton that protects us from all the crazies in Orange County, right? Okay. Now, we have thousands of Marines up there protecting us from Orange County. Do we say thank you enough? No. Okay. So we live on an island. We live on an island. And problem with this darn island is that the population keeps going up. About 40 to 50,000 people a year. To accommodate that population, we need to build about 10 to 12,000 housing units a year. We've averaged about 3,000 housing units a year over the last decade. We're in a mess. We're in a mess. I live up in Vista, and I was talking to the mayor up there a couple of years ago, and we got onto the subject of the fact that there weren't many homes being built. And he said, well, there's a real simple reason why there aren't any homes being built in Vista. There's no place to build them. We are done. If you wanted to come into town and put together a development of 25 homes, you're going to have to go somewhere else because, we could help you build a house here and a house there, but there's no more room that can be developed. And so I started checking around, and it's pretty much that way. You've got Chula Vista has a lot of land. Chula Vista is one of the places that has a lot of land, but other than that, there aren't too many, okay? And I know you go to the desert and you see all that land, and you go East County, go to East County, and you see all that land out there. Say, wow, what's the problem, Chamberlin? There's a lot of land out there. Well, the problem is that's county land, and the zoning requirements are extremely high. The average lot size has to be 2 acres. Okay, so what are you going to build on 2 acres? You're going to build a very, very expensive home. So we're just about done. San Diego County is done growing out. Now the only thing we can do is grow up. And the key word for future housing growth in San Diego County is going to be density. They're going to have to cram a lot of people into a relatively small place. And if you take a look at what goes on, the building permits that are issued in San Diego County, almost all of them are for multifamily. So the single-family detached home is becoming a bit of a dinosaur. What we have is what we have, and we're not going to get a lot more. You'll see some, but not a lot more. Which to me, of course, if you go back to the supply-demand thing, and we're told the millennials don't want to have a single-family detached home. They want to live in a more hip, metropolitan area. They want to live in downtown San Diego, and they want to, have that social life and not the responsibility until they get married and start having kids, okay? Then they want to have a single-family detached home. They want a yard. They want the space and all of that. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. And so just simply based on supply-demand, real estate prices, and again, it's a much different real estate market today than it was 10 years ago. Much different real estate market today. So we're not going to get into that bubble situation. I can't imagine it in my lifetime we'll ever see a real estate bubble. We'll see other bubbles along the way, maybe an apartment bubble, I don't know. But we're not just all of a sudden going to start building like crazy in San Diego County. One of the reasons for it, and Point Loma Nazarene University just put out this massive study for the Building Industry Association. Before a builder puts a shovel in the ground to start building a house, it's going to cost them about $80,000 in city and county fees to just get the application to build that house. And that's why we have such expensive housing here. So if you know people and you have people in your family that don't own a home yet, tell them to go out and buy a 1-bedroom condo in El Cajon or Escondido or whatever. And you got to get in the game. You got to get in the game.